A lot of emotions have poured in. Concerned individuals and groups have shown solidarity, but many people have forgotten how it started. And if you are one of those who have lost touch with the whole process of Nnamdi Kanu's trial, don't worry. Sit back as I take you through memory lane. Here I chronicle what I call Nnamdi Kanu's ordeal, a journey from kingship to slavery. It all started on November 23rd, 2015, when he was first arraigned in Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu was arraigned on charges including criminal conspiracy, intimidation, and related offenses after he was arrested by DSS. This took place at the Federal High Court in Abuja. The keynote is that this is the originating criminal matter from which treason and terrorism charges later evolved. In April 2017, the Federal High Court granted Kanu bail on health grounds, but subjected him to stringent sureties and conditions, of which he later met anyway. The court sitting was Federal High Court in Abuja, presided over by Justice Binta Nyako. Recall that his bail was later said to have been breached when Kanu failed to appear and bench warrants followed. And then in March 28, 2019, his bail was revoked and bench warrants issued. What happened is that the Federal High Court revoked the 2017 bail and issued a bench warrant for Kanu's arrest after he failed to appear in court. The sitting took place in Federal High Court, Abuja, presided over by Justice Binta Nyako. The proceedings were documented and referenced as revocation stroke bench warrant order as reported in the media, with file number FSC stroke ABJ stroke CRO 383 stroke 2015. The significance of this is that the matter was converted to an active wanted status until that is, he was declared wanted. Between May and June 2021, Kanu was arrested and transferred from Kenya to Nigeria under a controversial rendition. The fact is that Kanu was arrested and detained in Kenya in May 2021. And within days or weeks, he arrived in Nigeria and was kept in DSS custody. His defense and other concerned groups have described his removal from Kenya as an extraordinary rendition and adoption. His defense counsel began challenging the lawfulness of his transfer, which led to Kenyan and UK series of litigation and political attention surrounding the case. Then between 2021 and 2024, there were skirmishes of Supreme Court and lower court pre-trials. Multiple pre-trials applications, including applications to quash the charges, jurisdictional challenges, and no-case applications were filed. Some lower court dismissals were overturned on appeal, and the Supreme Court at some point allowed the prosecution's terrorism charges to proceed against Kanu. But you must note that these periods saw repeated procedural litigation over the issues of admissibility and jurisdiction surrounding or resulting from the rendition claims and other issues. Then on March 19, 2024, the Federal High Court denied him bail and ordered speedy trial, and trial duration was given. It should be recalled that Federal High Court denied a fresh bail application and ordered that trial should proceed. The press report that a trial date was set for April 17, 2024. The sitting took place at Federal High Court, Abuja, and the judge was Justice Binta Nyako. The significance of this sitting is that the court emphasized a speedy trial duration while rejecting transfer to ordinary prison custody on health grounds. Kanu was left in the custody of DSS, even though he wanted to be transferred to the ordinary prison custody for medical attention. On May 24, 2025, was again refused bail. It should be noted that another bail bid was refused by the court. The judge also denied the request to move Kanu from DSS custody to normal prison custody. It happened repeatedly. The sitting for this took place at Federal High Court, Abuja, and presided over by Justice Binta Murtala Nyako. The significance of this sitting is that the trial judge reinforced the court's position against interim release, while the prosecution's terrorism case against Kanu was set to proceed. Between late 2024 and early 2025, judge recusals, case for assignment, and interim adjournment dominated proceedings as far as this case is concerned. Recall that there were repeated judge recusals and reassignments as the case passed through several judges, while defense and prosecution counsels raised issues of recusal, and the chief judge relocated the matter at different times. This caused multiple adjournments and rescheduling of trial date. That was part of the delay in the prosecution. But on February 8, 2025, other case accused of resumption. The Federal High Court ordered Kanu to appear as a resumed trial dates were set. The media reported the resumed trial calendar and hearings for early 2025. At this point, Kanu could no longer hide his frustration as he expressed his emotions through outbursts in the court. Let me allow you to watch the video here and I'll be right back.
That is the complete meaning. This is what happens. You can see. They don't want to something like job. He knows me very well. Nobody wants to come out in Nigeria. What is that? That's the problem. Who's that person? Who's that person? After you say that you're insulting the constitution of the after you say that you're insulting the constitution of the what that is phone though? I cannot tell you this phone. I don't tell you. They sent her to my case so they can release. And they know it very well. They know it very well. And I suspect that some people in government are complicit. They are making money with insecurity. That's correct. They are making money with it. They know Nnamdi Kanu is outside. In 2 minutes, this nonsense will stop. Who is the idiot? Who is the bagger? That will speak when I'm talking. Who is the fool? Who is the idiot? I ask. That I give an order in the east and any idiot will counter it. Who is the bastard? I'm asking you. So, sir, nobody can.
Sir, are you against?
Nnamdi Kanu. No. Who's the idiot? Form of violence or insecurity in the southeast in the name of IPOB is a gun, and they know it. Let me come out of this nonsense, this mess. 2 minutes only. Only 2 minutes, I guarantee you. And there'll be peace in the east, not just southeast. Everywhere in the east, not the entire south. Huh?
This voting took place in Federal High Court, Abuja. If you have followed up to this point, please share, comment, and subscribe for more information. March 21st, 2025, the case was reassigned for trial under a fourth judge in person of James Omotosho. Reports show the trial proceeding under a fourth judge, James Motosho, with trial dates set purported to be, maybe the reports were listed April 29th, May 2nd, and May 6th, 2025 as the trial dates under the new judge. The significance of this case, of this matter, is that it demonstrates the extent of reassignment. The defense, which is Kanu, also apologized for past outbursts and new trial sessions were set. Of course, she's human. Watch the video. Let me allow you to watch the video of his apology here, and I will get back.
Excuse me. Why you pushing her? What's the problem? Allow them to show themselves.
See. Oh, okay, this way. Come this way. This way. Come this way.
There one. Very long business from where am I just
Let me stand up. How are you?
Okay. Very good man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Allowed you check them. Yes. Thank you. Good to see you. Don't worry. I'm not. Not at all. I'm not. God bless you. Take care. All right. Allowed you check. You're safe on the check. Got it. Everything up there, yeah? We'll have a
June 2024, Kenya court delivered judgment and stated that the transfer and extradition were unlawful and damages were awarded. A bit of the Kenya's judgment is that, or the ruling is that, the court found that Kanu's detention and transfer from Kenya to Nigeria involved breaches of Kenyan constitutional protections, including freedom of movement and security of persons, and declared the rendition unlawful. The court also awarded general damages and costs. This judgment from Kenyan courts matters in the ongoing trial because it is a direct factual and legal finding about how Kanu left Kenya and is relied upon by defense teams in Nigeria to challenge lawfulness of his presence in Nigeria and certain aspects of admissibility. You must know that between February and September 2025, the trial has been dominated by no case submissions, medical reports, transfer motions, and continued interlocutory hearings. This is a fact. The defense counsel filed repeated no case submissions, arguing that the prosecution had not made any prima facie case. Motions seeking transfer to medical facilities, that is, National Hospital, were also made, and requests to stay proceedings or strike the indictment based on rendition or irregularity, and interlocutory appeals were also made. But the prosecution pushed to open its case against Kanu. And then 26 September 2025, the Federal High Court dismissed Kanu's no case submission and orders him to open his defense. On this particular sitting, the Federal High Court in Abuja dismissed the defendant's no case submission, arguing that the prosecution had presented sufficient evidence to call the accused to open his defense. The court now adjourned to October for continuation of trial. This took place at Federal High Court, Abuja, and presided over by Justice James Omotosho. This marked a major procedural turning point where the prosecution's case was permitted to proceed to the defense stage. And then, October 8, 2025, this is the last sitting, the case was again adjourned to make room for Kanu's medical report to be presented by the Nigerian Medical Association. It was adjourned to 26th or 16th of October 2025. Thank you.